In the peaceful village of Chigudu, nestled among lush green hills and whispering streams, lived a young boy named Onochie. Onochie was known for his adventurous spirits and keen interest in the mysteries of the forest. Every day after finishing his chores, he would wander into the woods where ancient trees stood tall and wise. One fateful afternoon, after exploring a secluded part of the forest, Onochie stumbled upon a clearing he had never seen before. In the center of the clearing lay an ancient stone, its surface etched with intricate symbols that glowed softly in the dapple sunlight. Drawn by curiosity, Onochie approached the stone and gently traced the markings with his fingertips. As soon as he made contact, a surge of energy coursed through him, and a voice echoed in his mind. "Onochie, you are the chosen one," he whispered. "You have been blessed with the gift to understand and protect the balance of nature." Startled yet exhilarated, Onochie returned home, his mind bustling with questions. That night, he dreamt of a great drought that threatened his village. In his dream, he stood at the edge of a vast, dry plain, feeling the despair of his people as their crops withered and water sources dwindled. The next morning, Onochie shared his dreams with the village elders, who listened with solemn expressions. "The time has come for you to embrace your destiny," they declared. "You must seek out the sacred rainstone hidden within the heart of the forbidden mountain. Only you, the chosen one, can bring rain to our parched land." Determined to fulfill his newfound purpose, Onochie embarked on a perilous journey to find the rainstone. Guided by whispers of the wind and the wisdom of ancient spirits, he traversed dense forests and treacherous mountains, facing challenges that tested his courage and resolve. After days of relentless pursuit, Onochie finally reached the forbidden mountain. Towering cliffs loomed before him, and a thunderous waterfall cascaded down its rocky face. Behind the waterfall, shrouded in mist and guarded by a majestic eagle, lay the entrance to a hidden cave where the rainstone awaited. But as Onochie approached the cave, a formidable guardian appeared. A mighty bear, its fur as dark as midnight and eyes blazing with fierce determination. Knowing he must prove himself worthy, Onochie approached the bear with humility and respect, speaking to it in the language of the forest. To his surprise, the bear acknowledged Onochie's sincerity and stepped aside, allowing him to enter the cave unharmed. Inside, illuminated by the soft glow of the rainstone, Onochie felt a surge of power and purpose. Taking a deep breath, he began the sacred ritual passed down through generations. With each word spoken, the cave filled with a gentle radiance, and outside, clouds gathered in the sky. Thunder rumbled and raindrops began to fall, nourishing the thirsty earth below. Onochie's heart swelled with joy as he witnessed the miracle he had hoped to achieve. But as he emerged from the cave, triumphant and revered by his village, a shadow loomed on the horizon. Unbeknownst to Onochie, dark forces stirred in the depths of the forest, drawn by the power of the rainstone and determined to seize it for their own malevolent purposes. And so the rainstone, in his possession and the responsibility of safeguarding it, Onochie realized that his journey as the chosen one of Chigudu had only just begun. As Onochie returned to Chigudu, hailed as a hero who had brought life-giving rain to the village, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease. The air seemed heavier and the shadows lengthened in the forest. He knew that his task was far from over. That night, as Onochie lay awake under the blanket of stars, he sensed a presence nearby. Soft footsteps approached his bedside, and he looked up to see Osisioma, the village elder, standing there with a solemn expression. Onochie. Osisioma's wise eyes gazed into Onochie's, full of concern and ancient knowledge. Onochie, she began. The awakening of your powers has drawn attention from beyond our village. There are forces in the shadows, dark and hungry for the power of the rainstone. Onochie sat up, his heart racing with a mix of fear and determination. What should I do, Osisioma? He asked earnestly, knowing that the elder held wisdom that spanned generations. Osisioma placed a hand on Onochie's shoulder, her touch reassuring yet heavy with responsibility. She said firmly, "You must safeguard the rainstone at all costs," she said firmly. "Its magic is powerful, and in the wrong hands it could bring great harm." Feeling the weight of his newfound role as a protector, Onochie nodded solemnly. "But who are these dark forces, Osisioma, and why do they seek the rainstone?" he inquired, his mind swelling with questions. Osisioma's expression grew grave as she spoke. "They are remnants of a long-time forgotten beings who crave power and domination. The belief that with the rainstone they can control the balance of nature itself." Onochie shivered at the thought of such malevolent intent. "What must I do to stop them?" he asked, his voice steady despite the fear gnawing at him. "You must journey beyond our village," Osisioma replied, her voice low yet unwavering. "Seek allies among neighboring tribes who have gathered ancient relics and secrets. Together, you must form a coalition to protect the rainstone and thwart the plans of these dark forces." Onochie nodded, his resolve hardened with each word spoken by Osisioma. "I will not let fear hold me back," he vowed, looking into the elder's eyes with determination. "I will do whatever it takes to protect our village and the sacred balance of nature." With Osisioma's guidance, Onochie began preparations for his next journey. He gathered supplies, bid farewell to his family and friends, and set off under the light of the full moon. The forest whispered secrets as he walked, guiding him towards allies who would join him in the fight against darkness. Days turned into weeks as Onochie traveled across vast plains and dense jungles, encountering tribes who shared tales of ancient artifacts and battles fought in the name of balance. Each alliance strengthened his resolve and taught him new ways to harness his powers. Yet, with every step closer to uncovering the truth truth about the dark forces, Onochie felt the weight of responsibility grow heavier. The air crackled with anticipation and shadows danced ominously around him, reminding him of the ever-present threat. But Onochie pressed on, fueled by the belief that his destiny was intertwined with the fate of Chigudu and beyond. He knew that the journey ahead would test his courage, wisdom, and the bonds forged with Alice, who shared his quest. And so, with the rainstone gleaming in his heart and the spirits of nature whispering their support, Onochie marched onwards into the unknown, ready to confront the darkness and protect all that he held dear. Onochie journeyed through lands unfamiliar, guided by the stories of tribes who held ancient knowledge. Each village he visited shared tales of guardianship over sacred artifacts, some similar to the rainstone, each imbibed with powers essential to their people's survival. In the village of Amechi, nestled deep within a dense forest, Onochie met Chief Okeke, a wise and venerable leader known for his deep connection to the spirits of the land. Underneath the canopy of ancient trees, Chief Okeke welcomed Onochie with a solemn nod, his eyes assessing yet kind. "You seek to protect the rainstone, young Onochie," Chief Okeke spoke with a voice that seemed to echo through the trees themselves. "Its power is great and its guardianship a burden that few can bear." Onochie bowed respectfully, acknowledging the weight of his mission. "Chief Okeke, I have heard whispers of dark forces. Chief Okeke, I have heard whispers of dark forces that seek to seize the rainstone for their own gain," he explained, his voice tinged with urgency. Chief Okeke's expression darkened at the moment of the dark forces. Yet Onochie, he sighed heavily. "They are remnants of an ancient order, once banished for their greed and thirst for power. Now they have resurfaced, drawn by the whispers of the rainstone's magic." Onochie's resolve hardened as he listened intently. "Chief Okeke, how can we stop them?" he asked, knowing that the answer would not come easily. The chief's eyes glittered with ancient wisdom as he spoke. "We must reunite the tribes," he declared, his voice carrying the weight of centuries-old alliance. "Together, we can create a barrier of protection around this rainstone, shielding it from those who would misuse its power." With Chief Okeke's guidance, Onochie spent days forging alliance with neighboring tribes, each eager to join the fight against the encroaching darkness. Together, they devised strategies to strengthen the defenses around the rainstone and to thwart any attempts by the dark forces to claim it. As the coalition grew stronger, Onochie felt a sense of purpose and unity that transcended individual fears and doubts. He knew that the fate of Chigudu and the balance of nature depends on their collective strength and determination. But even as the preparations for the defense of the rainstone reached their peak, whispers of unrest began to stir among the tribes. Some doubted Onochie's abilities as the chosen one, while others feared the consequences of confronting such formidable adversaries. Amidst the growing tension, Onochie found solace in the quiet moments spent in communion with nature. He sought guidance from the spirits of the forest, listening to their whispers on the wind and finding courage in their ancient wisdom. And so with the coalition united and the spirits of nature by his side, Onochie prepared for the inevitable clash with the dark forces. He knew that the path ahead would be fraught with peril, but he was determined to protect the rainstone and uphold the sacred balance that sustained life in Chigudu and beyond. Onochie's journey continues as he prepares for the confrontation with the dark forces. Onochie stood at the edge of the village square, surrounded by the leaders and warriors of the allied tribes. The air was tense with anticipation, and the distant rumble of thunder echoed the turmoil within Onochie's heart. He knew that the time has come to confront the dark forces that threatened to engulf their world in chaos. Chief Okeke approached Onochie, his eyes filled with pride and solemn determination. "Onochie, chosen one of Chigudu," he began, his voice carrying across the gathered crowd. "Today, we stand united against a common enemy. The rainstone is our beacon of hope, and we will defend it with our lives." She nodded, his gaze sweeping over the faces of those who had stood by his side through the trials and tribulations of their journey. He felt a surge of gratitude and strength, knowing that together they could face any challenge that lay ahead. As dark settled over the village, the dark forces descended upon them with a fury born of greed and desperation. Shadowy figures emerged from the depths of the forest, wielding dark magic and ancient artifacts that crackled with malevolent energy. The battle that ensued was fierce and relentless, with warriors from the allied tribes clashing against the dark forces in a whirlwind of steel and sorcery. Onochie stood at the forefront, his heart pounding with every strike and parry, his mind focused on protecting the rainstone at all costs. Through the chaos and cacophony of battle, Onochie felt a surge of power unlike anything he had experienced before. The spirits of the forest rallied to his side, lending their strength and guidance as he faced the dark sorcerer who sought to claim the rainstone. With a deviant roar, Onochie unleashed a torrent of elemental magic, channeling the forces of nature itself against his adversaries. The dark sorcerer fought fiercely, their powers colliding in a clash of light and darkness that illuminated the battlefield. In a final, decisive blow, Onochie struck down the dark sorcerer, their malevolent aura dissipating like smoke on the wind. The remaining forces of darkness, sensing defeat, fled into the shadows from whence they came. Behind a battlefield strewn with remnants of their failed conquest. As dawn broke over Chigudu, the village rejoiced in their hard-won victory. Onochie stood before the gathered tribes, the rainstone cradled in his hands, its gentle glow a testament to their resilience and unity. Chief Okeke approached Onochie once more, his eyes filled with reverence and gratitude. "Onochie," he said solemnly, "you have proven yourself as not only the chosen one of Chigudu, but also a leader of extraordinary courage and wisdom." Onochie bowed humbly, his heart overflowing with gratitude for the support and guidance he had received along his journey. "Chief Okeke, it was not I alone who achieved this victory," he replied, his voice steady with conviction. It was the strength of our unity and the spirit of our people that led us to triumph. In the days that followed, Onochie and the allied tribes established a new era of cooperation and prosperity. The rainstone remains safeguarded, a symbol of hope and harmony for generations to come. And as Onochie gazed out over the rolling hills of Chigudu, he knew that his journey as the chosen one had come full circle. The lessons he had learned, the friends he has forged, and the bonds he had strengthened would forever guide him in the sacred duty of protecting the balance of nature and ensure peace for all.